I forgot to punch out.
I forgot to punch out.
Forget the mistakes of the past. Citizens who were caught up in Hitler's Nazi Germany hardly noticed the gradual development of extremism, mainly due to high emotions and dazzling propaganda. But history often repeats itself. FEMA plastic coffins, detention centres, armoured checkpoints and armoured military vehicles for civil purposes are well-documented facts, and witnesses who have worked for the United States military claim stores of guillotines, The latest revelation of Obamacare sanctions death by guillotine, code ICD 9E978. However, Obama was only following the mandate of the World Health Organization.
Is this true or false? Why did the US government recently purchase 30,000 guillotines? The use of guillotines for governmental purposes was lobbied for and passed in the US Congress. The information we received is that 15,000 are currently stored in Georgia and 15,000 in Montana. Are the beheadings by Muslims today meant to desensitize us against US government beheadings in the future? According to the article, it says the following. HB 1274 authorizes the state of Georgia to execute citizens by guillotine. Georgia House of Representatives 1995-1996 sessions. HB 1274 death penalty, guillotine provisions code sections the 17th of October 2038/the 17th of October 2044. A bill to be entitled an Act 1-1 to amend Article 2 of Chapter 10 of Title 17 of the official 1-2 Code of Georgia annotated relating to the death penalty 1-3 generally, so as to provide a statement of legislative 1-4 policy, provide for death by guillotine, to provide for 1-5 applicability, to repeal conflicting laws, and for other 1-6 purposes. Section 1. 1-8 The General Assembly finds that while prisoners condemned to 1-9 death may wish to donate one or more of their organs for 1-10 transplant, any such desire is thwarted by the fact that 1-11 electrocution makes all such organs unsuitable for 1-12 transplant. The intent of the General Assembly in enacting 1-13 this legislation is to provide for a method of execution 1-14 which is compatible with the donation of organs by a 1-15 condemned prisoner. Is this true or false?
challenge.
When there are people who annoy you or seem determined to destroy you, there's just one thing that must be done. Off with their heads.
Oh, that's rather drastic, isn't it, dear?
When there are people who deceive you or have the nerve to not believe you, there's one response that's rather fun. Off with their heads.
What about the population?
Firm. You must be absolutely firm when required.
I'm always firm, dear, always.
Squirm. That's what they'll do when they perceive they've been fired. Or worse, never mind negotiation. You will find to rule your nation. All you need to keep your slaves under their beds is just to flounce about and shout off with their heads.
You make it all sound so simple.
It is simple, my dear. They're all simple-minded.
Off with their heads. Firm!
Yes, of course, dear.
You must be absolutely firm when required.
I'm going to try to be firm about it. Yes.
Squirm!
Darling.
That's what they'll do when they perceive they've been fired. Or worse, never mind negotiation. You will find to rule your nation. All you need to keep your slaves under their beds is just to flounce about and shout off with their heads.
For a second, I wrote this out, and it's very close to my heart because I was down there, and I watched our police and our firemen down on 7-Eleven, down at the World Trade Center right after it came down, and I saw the greatest people I've ever seen in action. I saw the bravest people I've ever seen, including the construction workers, including every person down there. That's what New York values about. And so I wrote out a little something, and I'd like to talk about the New York values that we all know so well. The values that make us love this state despite its problems. We love this state. We know it's going to come back. If I'm president, it's going to come back so fast you won't even believe it. You watch.
It was an historic day, a holy day, maybe even an a-holy day, as His Holiness met His bigliness at the Vatican today. President Trump happened to be in Italy, so he stopped by to say hello to Pope Francis, and it went well. There were no major incidents. Trump felt very at home at the Vatican. He said it reminded him of one of the bathrooms at his house. And the Pope made it clear that he would like our president to join him in promoting peace, giving aid to the poor, and protecting our environment. And the Pope is very persuasive. But unfortunately, Trump is only in year 70 of his 100-year deal with the devil right now, and he's got a no-trade clause, so it's very unlikely he would switch teams. But, you know, when you see Pope Francis with a world leader, and he meets a lot of them, it's easy to read into it. He doesn't have much of a poker face, I guess, but here he is with German Chancellor Angela Merkel, happy. Here he is with President Putin, not too thrilled. See you with President Obama, laughing it up. And finally, here he is with the Trump. It looks less like a meeting and more like the Trump family passed away and they don't know it yet.
This is the end of your world, and the beginning of mine.